Thumbelina is an animated fairy tale about the pressure and pain of societal expectation, as well as the triumphant power of true love. It's not exactly subtle about it either. It literally opens with a character speaking directly to the audience, explaining the film's thesis and promising another rousing romance for us all. And, well, I guess it depends on your definition of rousing. Predictably, our tale features Thumbelina, a diminutive darling with a unique perspective on the world. Thanks to her small stature, she sees wonder in everything. But this also leaves her feeling alien and uncertain. Where does she truly belong? Why is no one else like her? Who is she? This uncertainty draws parallels to how small we can all feel contrast to the world around us, and how difficult it can be to find true companionship. Someone who understands us and loves us as we are, regardless of our, size. But the film leaves no time for this anxiety or crisis of identity to breathe, no time for suspense to build. Thumbelina reads a storybook about fairies, wishes desperately that she could meet a fairy so that she at last might be around someone like her, and then, well, a fairy prince shows up immediately. They fall in love instantly, and he puts a ring on her after they've spent perhaps an hour or two together. They have great chemistry instantly, the prince's parents are totally on board with the relationship, and it's all exceptionally convenient. So you might be wondering, where's the conflict then? Well, before Cornelius can propose, Thumbelina is kidnapped by a cavalcade of criminally insane suitors, each of them desperate to marry her. They all attempt, in their own ways, to coerce her into a romantic relationship, promising fame, fortune, stability, and contentment. But none of them bothers to actually ask her what she wants. They're all projecting their desires onto her, leaving no room for her actual personality. This is in contrast to Prince Cornelius, who loves her for who she is. Or at least we're informed that he does. The film has pretensions at feminism, portraying Thumbelina and her suffering in a sympathetic light. She's constantly objectified, insulted, sexually harassed, and disrespected by the world around her. She's expected to change to meet the standards of others, while they give her nothing in return. And the ultimate resolution is, of course, for her to chart her own path through life, independent of social pressure. However, that path just involves marrying a hot guy who looks like her, walks like her, very recently met her, and whose primary qualifications are his gender and charm. It's very tone-deaf. Every single character in this film is obsessed with romance, so even though it's supposed to be about Thumbelina finding her own direction, she's constantly presented with only two real choices: marry these idiots who are actively hostile to her, or instead marry the prince. Given those options, naturally she'd choose the prince, but why does she so desperately need a romantic partner to begin with? Why can't she discover herself on her own terms? No matter how you slice it, the story states loud and clear the end goal of a girl's life is to get married. She can either get hitched to violent clowns or get hitched to a prince, but she has to get married somehow, and that's a disgusting proposition.